Hello and welcome to All In. You wouldn't believe it. We're here on a Monday of Oakleigh Plate coming up. There's a couple of good races around as well, but I tell you where I am. I'm sitting on the beach after Dean Watling. Well, he's declared Lady Shanedoah the best all-in play he's seen in his 15 years on this earth, 25 years on this earth, I should say, and 15 years in punting. And that's enough for me to be out here in Bermuda. So welcome, Dino. Thanks for the tip.
Yes, welcome, boys. Hopefully, Louis backed it. He might be able to put a new laptop in your airports after his antics this morning. But no, it was good.
Yeah,
Absolute peach by Zach Lloyd. That was the ride of the day for me, probably because I backed it as well. But that was a peach. Got the job done. Wasn't even showing the whip, Lou, and was too good. So, no, Gano, thank you for that. And hopefully
following
the
one
listeners
shot
and
lobs that you give your man Zach
mm.
Lloyd a pat in the back as well in the first 2 minutes of the show. So you can cut that up. Lukey, Dean, thank you. You're a star. We all appreciate you. About time you stepped up. Lewis Willoughby, Sky Racing. Good afternoon.
Yeah, he's done well. Our Dino, he's done very, very well. And you must be going all right too.
Yeah.
Clearly not that well, though, because that AI background is no good. You're not fooling anyone. Yeah, I've had an absolute mare this morning. Laptop not working, AirPod not working. Hopefully tipping goes a little bit better. 3 Group 1s in Melbourne. Unreal Day. I love handicap Group 1s, especially these sprinting ones. They're so tricky. I say I love it, and we're going to get to talk about the race, and I've got no real firm opinion, but they're always so good to watch. And then in Sydney, the Hobartville's an absolute cracker, and the Silver Slipper. Well, if Woden comes out and blows them away, what price he starts in a Golden Slipper, who knows? We can touch on all of that very shortly.
Yep. Blue Diamond, Hobartville, Millie Fox, Parramatta Cup, Silver Slipper, Futurity, Oakleigh Plate. It's going to be a cracking weekend. We're going to touch on the Saudi Cup if you're that way inclined with Romantic Warrior around the $2 mark. Plenty of racing ahead. Lads, gee, they piled on poor old Kieran McAvoy. He's striking at 8%. He's not exactly in career best form. Anyway, he's a class jockey. If you're on Jolie Star, let's dissect a little bit of it. If you're on Jolie Star, they went some 20 lengths slower to the 600. So it was a dead set I've seen Louis run, and it's not quick. He could have led them. And what did he really do wrong there, lads? Like if J-Mac had sat 3 wide, we all would have said, oh, that's fine. That's what J-Mac does. Could he have sat outside leader? And if he does it really change the outcome, Louis?
The criticism for Karen in that race, I think, is a little unwarranted. My criticism would be go and lead. Like if you are, I don't care if you're a 4-kilo apprentice, or it's probably more likely if you are a Karen McAvoy who's ridden for a long time. Surely you know that you are going so slow, 20 lengths below standard to the 6. Like I would struggle to understand how they don't know they're going that slow. You could have led them by 5 and still be going really. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
The problem is, and this is where horse people, or eye guys rather than data guys will come in and say, yeah, but you can't just go and lead, because if the horse doesn't like to lead, doesn't matter how fast or slow they're going, it's not the ideal setup for them. I take a different approach. I think he should have led if they're going that slow, but also they were crawling. The best Jolie Star is when they run slick time in front, and she's able to really cruise at a high speed and work into the race. That was the win, last preparation when she blew them away. It just wasn't the right setup for him. I don't think it was that bad. Same on the other one, Via Sistina. I mean, what's he going to do? Hurdle them? Yeah, it's and he got off heels.
Not Mario.
Got off heels, presented. It ran on, and it found Fangirl too sharp over 1400, which we suggested may be the case last Monday. So I think the criticism is a little harsh.
Dino, your opinion on those rides? Maybe at the United States probably being the worst of the 3.
Yeah, I think regardless, when we do give criticism, make sure it's all respectful too. I think that's a big thing as well here. Like we're not potting him personally. This is purely professionally in his sense as well. So make sure that people don't take it the wrong way and do it respectfully. My opinion was that I thought it was a panicked ride in the sense that he knew he was on the best horse and he was maybe scared to make a mistake, and which then he did. I think if he goes back or he goes forwards, I think regardless, she probably wins the race. My concern was when he was 3 wide, she wasn't in a rhythm at all. She was sort of throwing her head off. He went forward and pulled her back. When you see good 3 wide sort of rides, they're in a lovely rhythm, and it sort of negates the whitish of it. I think if he goes back and slots in, sprint, you've only got to make up 2 lengths, she's fine. The tempo's slow, rolls to the front, she's not going to burn herself up if they're going slow. So I just think, he should have all gone backwards or forwards and just got her in a good rhythm, especially being first up. Like, the last thing you want to do is sort of be out of the rhythm. And I think you touched on it, Lou. She's a mare that we've seen her best efforts be where she's in a comfortable rhythm, she's tucked up or she's going well, and then she pulls out and goes bang. She just looked cast the entire run there. And I think even on the turn, he niggled at it, and I thought, straight away she's gone there. But I thought the criticism was deserved on that ride. Via Sustainer, no. United States, potentially as well. I thought that was probably the worst of them, but he's a class jockey. He'll bounce back in a big way. But I thought the criticism, Gano, was probably deserved on those 2 first rides, not Via.
Yeah. No, I tend to take the victim of circumstance sort of hard, and I get the greats overcome it. But I'd say we probably only have one great in the Sydney Jockey race at the moment, and that's J-Mac. And so therefore, it's like Tiger Woods like expectations where well, he does it, so why can't everyone else do it? Then you look around and the other 300 blokes or 145 blokes lining up in a golf tournament can't get near it, and they don't even dream of doing it. So it is a challenge, but from a betting, I think probably more so just from a betting perspective, like that's the way I look at it. United States, you wouldn't have mind being 3 wide with a bit of cover. The race just didn't unfold the way it did that you wanted it to. Via Sistina, I actually have no issue with the ride whatsoever. Like, not even a problem at all. I don't think it's got anything else. And then you've got Jolly Star. But I think the other thing is that these are Group 1 horses, or the latter 2 Group 1 horses early in the preparation, where we don't know if Chris had just said under no circumstances, or Charlie, or is you to go forward. We don't know that, right? We're just hoping that the horse is going to be ridden with every possible chance to win. So they go 20 lengths slower and you're not sure. But anyway, from a betting perspective moving forward, that's probably the most important thing, and that's why I sort of brought it up. Jolly Star, just give me a yes or no. Jolly Star, yes or no?
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't drop off. Yeah.
Yeah, Via?
Yeah.
That's just great.
Beautiful. Super. We might get a better price then. Let's go to the Blue Diamond. Hey, sounds like a good place to kick off. Field of play, $5. My Gladiola. Please won't run 1,200. $7. Cherish Me, $8. The long time between drinks between that horse was last seen at Geelong at the start of the year. Palm Angel, $8.50. Tempted. Heading down there, $8.50. The play right for Gay and Adrian, and Tricolours, $11. Louis, kick us off. Blue Diamond.
Yep, I'm going to spec 2 here. One's a big price. Miss Celine, I think it's about $20-something, 4, 6 something. We'll figure that out. Yeah, I think this horse is crying out for 1,200 metres. It comes through the preview, first of all, got way too far back and had to work home. Inferior going on the inside. And then the latest in the prelude, finished 4th, was back off heels and good through the line in the race that Palm Angel won, beating My Gladiola. You go back and you look at the debut win over 1,000 metres, was so impressive, like flashed out under the arches from wide. And I think the tempo here is going to be key because they haven't been running hard speeds in the preview and the prelude. And I think now to the Group 1 acid test, 1,200 metres, some hotter sectionals, it'll be back like it always is. But I just think as long as it's not Caulfield, Travelator, good 3 stuff, which is when you start to get concerned. If it's not that, and if they are making ground, I think she's a massive price, probably too big. And yeah, I think she's 100% worth an each way spec. The other one is Cherish Me. So this is the interesting runner. The Geelong Diamond win on debut was really good. Ran an 11-second sectional between the 400 and the 200 to get into the race, which was pretty hot. And that second horse that it beat at Geelong has since won at Flemington. It's an interesting setup, right? That was back in January. Didn't do the preview or the prelude, just go straight into the final. Freshened, jumped out, but it's just this stable. Like, whatever they do with their horse, you just go, yep, that's probably the right scenario now. Throw history and whatever out the window and just believe that they've got this horse spot on for the race that they're targeting. So I'm pretty happy with because there's a couple of question marks at the top of the field. My Gladiola, as you mentioned, maybe not. Palm Angel got towed up by My Gladiola and then managed to beat it. Dunno. The play right, I don't think you'll get 1,200 metres. Field of play was pretty smart, but it's not a stable I love finding. So I just thought there was enough reason, Dino, to have a spec at a few at each way.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. It's an outstanding race, but it's probably as clear as mud this far out. We've got form lines that probably got beaten in the lead ups. Like you mentioned, that Cherish Me setup's fascinating. I don't know if it's something to do with the breeding and if maybe they're trying to keep it as fresh as possible for the 12 or what the sort of setup is. I know the dam side's got a bit of sort of further than 12 on its pedigree, so maybe that's the setup there. I agree with you, Gannon. I know you touched on it lightly, but my Gladiola, the concern's 1200. I thought it was all over last start 11. She failed. Field of play was outstanding. Cherish Me and Tempted was a good thing. Beaten, should have beaten the playwright clearly last start. So I'm going to have a 3-bet play this far out. I know you could say it's stupid, but when you got $5 a field, you can afford that. I think my Gladiola has got to get out. I think Palm Angel's got to get out. So I'm going to have a bet on Field of Play, Cherish Me, and Tempted, all to bet to return the same result. But I'm quite keen on that. I think it's a long field bar, the one that you mentioned, Lou. Mr. Lean. Outside of that, I could not make a case for a lot of those deep in. And I saw the other Godolphin horse, Alien Pine, is in the market still, and it's not going there either. So do note that too, Gano.
I will take note of that, Dino. Field of Play clearly on top. It's clearly on top. Like that was a really, really good run. Produced a really good figure. Sits on pace. Don't see a whole lot of speed here. Playwright will roll through.
Oh, I reckon there was a bit. The playwright. I reckon they'll. Do you think they'll be quiet this time on my Gladiola to see
They
if?
have to.
Yeah.
So, I think they have to. Palm Angel. But the playwright's
Depends. If they draw a gate, you'd suggest that
probably
have to
there.
be
The playwright's
somewhat,
the
yeah.
leader, Lou. I think that's,
Mm,
doesn't matter where they draw, that horse will
mm,
try and lead.
mm,
Outside of that, there's on-pace horses, but no out and out leaders. And I just think that allows field of play to be there, no matter
mm.
what gate it draws. I can only imagine Blake Shin sticks. I actually haven't checked that, but there's no reason for him to jump off, and he'll be right there in the race. So $5, sure, that's fine, but favorite, but I'm more than happy to take it. But Tycoon Star was really, really good. Was back along the inside, which was look, it's 50-50. Some will tell you it was inferior going, others will tell you maybe not. Maybe it was wind, maybe it was this, but along the inside that day, and then sort of had to hook wide and finish off really, really well. So I thought that horse was really good in behind field of play, Tycoon Star, and I'd rather have Tycoon Star over Devil Knight that just sort of sat leaders back and got it every possible. So field of play at $5 and Tycoon Star at $15 for me in the Blue Diamond. Righto, let's stay down there and we'll go to the Futurity Stakes. Mr. Brightside, $1.60. I wish I win. $4.50, please. Tom Kitten, $8. Turn it up. Pericles, 11. Private Life, 11. Angel Capital, 15. Evaporate, 15. Step Party, 15. Dino, the Futurity Stakes.
Yep, I think if you flip the runs first up, Brightside versus another Will, I think Brightside wins. I think his run had a stack of merit in that. This is a race that I'm probably going to sit back and watch. So, Lou, what do you sort of do here? $1.60 all in, can't take that. Tom Kitten potentially here, maybe a place bet. I wish I win. Going to keep him to the sprinting trips, are they this time in? Or they're no, stretching it out,
No,
sorry.
stretching it.
Opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got no idea betting wise in this race. I just think Mr. Brightside wins the race, but I don't want to take $1.60 loose, so probably leave me out altogether in the futurity.
Yep. Agreed. Same thing. There's a question mark whether I wish I win even goes because of the firm track, and they're just trying to keep him right. I don't think either of the Godolphin runners, albeit look to be going well, can beat Mr. Brightside with him having fitness edge on them. If you wanted to back something a place, I thought Evaporate was pretty unlucky first up, and at 380 a hole, maybe could sneak in. But I mean, yeah, he wins this race, Mr. Brightside. But then when you look at prices, as you said, Dino, what am I taking $1.60 on Monday for? You're probably going to get something around that. Like he's not going to jump. I wouldn't think $1.30 or $1.40 in this kind of race. So, yeah, just to watch and see what happens. Maybe Evaporate a place if you wanted to have an early play.
Yeah, I'm happy to lean sort of the way of Private Life, $3 a place, just purely because it's run fourth, sort of back to the inferior going last start, and I think it's probably just going to strip fitter. The word down there was probably half a run short first up. Interesting, a few creases have appeared to be half a run short. Whether or not that is purely just because that's Chris and that's what they are, and then they're ready to peak third up on their grand final. But I just thought that for a horse that's going to land on speed on a day where it's going to be firm and you're going to be up on speed, most likely the place to be. given it's 32 degrees, that you could have a little play on it at $3. Let's go to the Oakleigh plate. We have Estrella 350. She's bulletproof 450. I Me 8. A Striker 8. Ray Magnerio 8. Arabian Summer Jewel nominated. Also for the Sedative Espionage as well. $11. Jimmy Star $11. Golden Boom 15. Just on Espionage currently 23rd. They take 18 and 4 emergencies. Louis.
Yeah, so as I said off the top, probably the race I'm most keen to watch all day. I love these handicap sprints. I did the all-in form for this show prior to having a market. Landed on She's Bulletproof, and I said, okay, I want to see what price goes up. I think the $4.50, you're probably not gonna. I don't see it starting much shorter. I was hoping for a little better, but I just think this horse is flying and hits this handicap Group 1 at the right time. Like jumped out of the ground latest to win the Group 3 Belmain. Did so in really sharp time. Meeting best last 4 and 2. Had been going really well prior to that. The form out of that Belmain's worked. Wrote to Arataki, who ran third in it, came out and won the Treacidy on the weekend, so that looks good. Craig Williams sticks. There's just a lot to like about her in this kind of race with a lightweight. I just wanted maybe a little bit of a better price. If it becomes on-speed Travelator stuff, they scratched IME with the downgrade last time out, and it's been $11 into $8 here. It'll get its dry track, and it goes forward. And it was really well backed in that Group 1 on the weekend, guys, from an all-in standpoint to the time it got scratched. There was solid money for it. It looked like it was going to start maybe third line of betting. So it must be, there's a bit of confidence floating around for it, that therefore I assume. And I guess the question mark is the top-ish weight that it's going to have to carry against some who are going to get in a little better. But
you know what weight that
yeah,
is?
she's bulletproof. So I did see it. Stand by. If I'll get it while Dino talks up his selections.
It's a great race, like you mentioned, Lou. These are the races that you want to chime into. I think it's a little bit lacking in the battle back end, which maybe sees that the top of the market's pretty short this far out. I am very, very keen if Espionage makes the race. I thought he was going to be probably the best 3-year-old sprinter in the spring before that setback on the Water Walker. Now back, trials have been elite, just has to make the field and draw a gate. I think he's a massive, massive chance in this. I think his biggest battle's probably even making the field, which you touched on, Gano, but I would be more than happy to take $11. I'm interested. I'm trying to figure out in my brain what he'd sort of start if we knew he was going to be in the field. Gano, I don't know if he's around that $11 price now because he's not sure if he's going to be in the field or if everyone sort of marked him as being in the field already. Like if he makes the field and we see on, say, Wednesday, is he going to get into $6 or would it be $11 there? I think that's the sort of the question you'd ask yourself, but I think Espionage is a great bet in this race. Lou, you found that weight yet?
Yeah, 58 kilo top weight, but gets the mare's 2 kilo mare allowance, so I think is into 56. And Mornington Glory's 58 top weight.
That'll do. That's pretty good.
I think that's how it works.
I think she's pretty well placed then for 56 kilos.
I was going to say.
Incredibly hard to beat. Track's going to probably play that way. Even if it's even, she's going to be incredibly hard to beat. So I'll lean the way of IME. Dino, to answer your question, Espionage, in my humble, will be $4 second favourite.
Yeah.
If we knew
I think
the field.
Well, you can sort of do a half stake then, I think. I think it's deserving of it. I know if he does make the field, you'll probably be filthy, but you'll probably be even more filthy if he turns up and he's $4 and you haven't chimed in at the 11s or $3.50. I think it's one of those bets where you could, because he's been out of mind for so long, you're just getting a price about it for that entire reason.
It's really intriguing, isn't it? We won't spend too long on this because we've only got 5 minutes to go, lads. But you've got 25 noms, you sit 23, a field of 18, and most weeks half of these runners won't turn up. Will this be one of those weeks where all of a sudden there's only 12 accept, or will it be one of those weeks where 22 accept because they all get excited? I guess only time will tell. But yeah, it'd be very, very interesting. Like we saw a pretty thin acceptance rate even in the Lightning, really, didn't we? Like there's only 12 and obviously the downgrade. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I think IME's a good price to have a bet there. And if Espionage makes the field, I think he just wins the race. I think he's fine. Right, let's go to. Why don't we go to the Silver Slipper? We'll head north. Sydney Rosehill, I think. Rail. Did I read the rails out 4 meters, Dino? Did I read that correctly? I'm pretty sure it was out 4 meters. Let's just be nice and sharpy.
Two
Watson
secs.
$1.80, North England $5, Belmercy. Seemed to straighten out a few issues at Kembla Grange, but there wasn't many horses around her. So how do you really know? West of Swindon $6. Gee whiz, longer the rest. I think it feels sort of the chances end there, Dino.
Yep, rails out 5 meters. Interesting market. He's been $1.60 or not, opened $1.80. Obviously, J Max over in riding Romantic Warrior overseas. So I think K-Mac is on Woden. That'll be intriguing what the market does there. North England's trialled up like a rocket. Bell Mercy, 3 trials. That's a massive concern for me while you're having 3 trials. Western Swindon's trialled up well. I really like the trial of Gambler as well. So I think it's a really good addition of the Silver Slipper. I'm going to have 2 place bets this far. I think Woden wins the race, but I think you can have a place bet on Gambler at $3.80, and Nashville Jack came through the same recent trial as Woden and looked impressive. So both those are $3.80 place bets is the way I'm playing it, and I'll just pray Woden towels them up, Lou.
Yep, Dan, I'm exact same. Gambler, it's the one I wanted to push. $15, 3 out of your place. I could have something on a win as well, just in case something. You know, they're 2-year-olds. Who knows what's going to happen on the day? But I think this horse is flying at the trials and looks to be really improved this preparation. So I'm happy enough with Gambler at the price, Cano.
I don't know how you play. I don't know how you bet this race. I just followed your odds in. Just found it impossible. I'm one of those poor old suckers that have a Watson ticket around $71, and all I keep hearing, "Oh, are you sure he's all right? You know what's going on?" I'm like, just leave me alone.
Honestly, this
Just
2-year-old
leave me
season, I would
alone.
not be surprised if he comes out and somehow gets beaten and then turns up and wins a slipper by 6. It'd be on theme with a 2-year-old season.
I think you're right. Like and that's why I can't push that horse. Even if JMac was on,
Nah, not that price.
if JMac was on and it was $2.50, I still don't think I'd be comfortable pushing you, Watson. Even though he's clearly on ratings the best horse we've seen. Every time they go around, you get more confident because they're not getting near. But you still. He
doesn't need to improve. They're just dropping away.
Yeah. And hopefully he doesn't. So that's the reality. Yeah. He needs to come back and hold it. And a lot of these horses haven't held their ratings, so it's really interesting, Lou.
Yeah, fair enough.
You look pumped. I thought you were going to say something, and then you've just
No. I'll keep looking at your background, mate.
Yeah,
I should get out there.
Give me a yell out.
Get me longboard out there.
Any sharks out there or what?
Yeah, a couple behind you. Get in the sea, Gannon, mate. Bring that back.
It's only taking you 35 minutes to come up with that. Well done. Hey, lads, give us a midweek best bet.
Oh, I can't because I'm recording this on my phone, so I can't see what's going on.
Unbelievable.
No idea.
That's good.
I've got can I do 2 for Louis?
Yeah. Yep. You can do whatever you want.
Put it in the comments, Lou. Well, I'm going to bet down in Sandown. Sandown race 6, number 6, Exuberance. I've turned my attention to Victoria jump outs the last 2 months, so I'm claiming myself as an expert, and this horse has been jumping out as well as I've ever seen. It will turn up and win. Gate 6, Blake Shinnon. Race 6, number 6, Sandown, Wednesday, Gannon.
6 Sandown on Wednesday. Any odds out?
Nah, I just looked on Tab just then. They got nothing for Wednesday just yet. So
right. Well, we're going to
traveling as well as Louis' computer.
Roe Farm, race 6, number 4, Good Sort. It's going around. Please.
Do you know why it didn't go around Saturday, Gano?
No, no idea. Ask your boyfriend, Zach.
Oh, I have. No response.
Puzzled you. Oh, come on, Zachy. Hit him up. Also, the race before, Climb the Ladder. I think Louis was pretty keen on this horse last time. Comes up to Sydney. But this horse won well and really good horse, and I think it wins this race. But it's bumping into a horse by the name of House of Cards. Just don't be afraid to have a 2-bet play. House of Cards is a good horse and has a good win in it this preparation. Lads, that's all in. If you've got some comments, leave them. Let us know.
We got a best all in play? We're doing the multi?
Blue Diamond. Comment. Let us know the winner of the Blue Diamond to go in to win the multi for your best all in play, Louis. You've got 10 seconds. Go.
Miss Selena place.
What's mine? Is Mr. Brightside in the Hobartville.
Outstanding.
Hang on. Mr. Brightside in the Hobartville?
Oh, sorry. No, not Mr. Brightside. What's its name? Broadsiding.
Oh, Broadsiding.
No, Broadside in the Hobartville. God.
Broadsiding, I am me, and
Miss Celine. Each way.
That's all in. We'll be back
at
some stage. Bye for now.